Good morning, good evening, welcome back to the Talk Nasty to Me podcast. It's me, Nikki Nasty, and I'm joining you from my bed. Maybe you're in your bed, or maybe not, but the point is that we're not in bed together. It's just me, solo, dolo. I used to love Kid Cudi so much. I still love Kid Cudi so much, so if you know solo, dolo, then. Anyway, hi! I'm back from my hiatus once again. I feel like it's appropriate to take hiatuses more often from Spotify. Why did I say Spotify? Podcasts. I meant podcasts. I feel like it's more socially acceptable to be like, you know what, I'm just not going to post on the pod this week. But then again, like, I feel really down when my favorite podcasters don't post on the pod. Because I don't get me wrong, they can do whatever they want. Do what's best for them. But oh my God, I heavily rely on podcasts for my entire week. Like Monday morning, I am waiting on Miss Claudia and Phineas's podcast. We bought a house together. Zane and Heath Unfiltered. Probably David Dobrik's because he's probably going to upload late. I don't even know what day he actually uploads. Who else comes out on Monday? Thursday, Emma Chamberlain. Tiny Meat Gang. When do they even come out? Saturday? Who even knows? I'm just trying to say is that I heavily rely on podcasts. Now, what's his face? Matt King. If any of you have been asking like what podcasts I listen to, pretty much the Vlog Squad, Tiny Meat Gang, Claudia and Phineas, and Emma Chamberlain. That's pretty much it. I just really like to listen to YouTubers, and I don't listen to my podcasts back again. I would actually hate that. I don't hate the sound of my own voice. Doing YouTube for almost 2 years now and talking to myself constantly and pretending that my life is always a YouTube video, like me at the age of like 13 being like, hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you what's in my purse. I promise you, I'm not sick of my own voice. I love it. I think it sounds great. Why do you think I have a podcast? But I don't listen back to my own voice. I don't. So for all I know, I could sound like shit, but I don't know. Hi, I'm back from my little break. I needed a bit of a break because I was just going through so much because I was moving to my apartment and I just recently moved out of my apartment. I posted a video about it today. You should definitely watch the video because I'll explain it way better in that video as to why I moved out of my apartment 5 days after moving in. Yeah, I moved in on a Saturday and I moved out on a Thursday. That's 5 days, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think. Anyway, basically the reason that I'm staying home this semester and why I decided to move home, I did not feel comfortable being at school. I knew my gut was telling me I needed to stay home. I knew something was wrong and I needed to listen to Miss Gut. She's inflamed constantly because of food that I eat that I shouldn't eat. Speaking of which, I am officially 2 days gluten-free. I'm doing really good. Still have that bloat from eating a shit ton of gluten during the week, but I'm doing a lot better. If you didn't know, I have a very, very bad gluten sensitivity. So we're trying to quit her. It's just really tough. Anyway, where was I? Gluten. Me moving out of the apartment. Why? Yes, I had to trust my gut because I felt like I was making a very bad mistake by moving into the apartment with everything that's going on with the world, everything that's going on with my mom's health. A lot of deliberation, a lot of talking to my mom, a lot of talking to my close friends, and I just decided for myself that I need to stay home for my mental, physical health, and everyone around me's mental and physical health, and stay home, help my mom out through cancer treatment, and be safe and be smart. And you know what? Yeah, it sucks I won't be at my apartment. It sucks I won't be with my friends, but you know what? There will be a better time to make those memories in a safer fashion. Money always can come back. It's not something to throw around, but at this point, I feel like this is the best decision, and happiness is what is most important, and health and safety and everything else. Anyway, go watch the video that I uploaded today. It's doing a lot better than I anticipated. For any of my analytic fiends, I never cared about numbers or analytics because I am 100% fully incapable of talking about numbers because, believe it or not, I know you probably wouldn't guess this about me, but I failed. Okay, I didn't fail it, but it was college algebra. I took it at my local community college for a summer session because I wanted to get into chemistry so that I could be a little health professions major and then become a physician's assistant, when in reality, that's not what I wanted with my life at all. And I took this little college algebra class that I could get into chem, and I got a C minus by like 0.02% or whatever. And I needed a C to get, have the credits transfer over. I wasted money. It was a terrible time. I still deeply regret it because now I literally am doing nothing with math. Anyway, that's just my little spiel. But how did I even get to that point? Holy shit. Oh, analytics. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm like all over the place. I really should not be right now, but it's really late at night. I don't know why I'm all over the place. Maybe it's the lights in my room. It's giving me euphoria vibes. Yeah, so analytics, if you care about it, my video right now, in the first 9 hours and 11 minutes, ooh, I don't like those numbers together. The first 9 hours and 11 minutes, it has 36.3K views. And on average around this time, I have 16K views. So that's like a huge spike. And the second most viewed video is my moving into my apartment video, which has 20K views. I don't know. I'm just like really surprised. And then it's funny because my video on Thursday has 12K views. Like it had within this time 12K views. I don't know. It's just funny for anyone who cares about like numbers and all that shit. Ever since YouTube, I like started caring about that kind of stuff because it's just really cool to look at trends and data. Who says data? It's data. Anyway, let's set the scene. I am in my bed today because I was like, I always film my podcast at my desk and it feels so professional, but I wish that it felt more like my little sleepover conversations that I do these videos on my channel where, well, I've only done 2 so far, but I'm definitely planning on doing more. But I did how I stopped hating myself and how you can too. And I did how I stopped how I stopped caring about other people's opinions and how you can too. I don't even know the title of my own videos. And it basically, I like when I get to lay on my bed and talk to the camera and I feel like we're so close and we're like friends and it's like a sleepover. And that's what this is, except with my microphone. And I just felt like maybe this could be a lot more fun if I do it this style. So maybe there will be a difference in the podcast. Who knows? But I also wanted this episode to be a little bit more chill because it's my week back from a rut. Like, well, I had the rut and then I took a week off, or was it 2 technically? It doesn't matter. I didn't upload last week. And so that's why today's video, I just wanted to do a video podcast. Sorry. Today's podcast, I am doing a quick Q&A. It's not quick. What am I talking about? Am I good? Literally ask your phone, your headphones, your car radio right now, whatever you're listening to on, say, Nicole, are you good? Because I don't think I am. This is bringing out a different side of me. I don't know if I like her. Desk Nicole is desky and professional. Bed Nicole is wild and outrageous. I'm going to be doing a Q&A today because I wanted to talk to you guys, get back in touch with you all. I didn't feel like it would be really right for me to just hop into a topic and like preach about life how I usually do in most of my podcasts. I just kind of wanted to get back down to earth. Also, I found out a lot of you started or got to know me or even found out who I am based off my podcast, which is so crazy to me because I don't know. Podcasts, it's just such a weird realm for me still. It's so different and I'm so not used to it. So when people message me and they're like, oh no, I totally just found you from your podcast. Like, I don't even watch your videos. I'm like, what? This is wild. So maybe some of you don't know a lot about me, like personally, which is crazy to me. So let me give you a quick bio. This is the icebreaker that I would give if I were still an RA and I was introducing myself to my freshman floor. And this is how I would talk because I'm so scared of younger people hating me. Hey guys, so I'm Nicole. I'm your RA this year, and can you tell I miss RA training? It's starting this week and I miss it a lot. Anyway, so I'm gonna be your RA this year. I am a 3rd-year RA. I definitely did not quit my job 8 months ago. That's crazy. I love sushi, but the vegan kind. I mentioned that I'm vegan. I don't make YouTube videos. Do not Google my name. I'm 20 years old. I'm not even 21 yet. I will confiscate your alcohol, but I will not drink it because I am still underage. And anyway, please be good and make sure to wrap it up. But before, what's the saying? Use a glove before you love. I don't know. That's not how I talk to my residents whatsoever. I was a really cool RA though. I feel like if you were a cool RA, nobody would say that. If you were a cool RA, nobody says I was a cool RA. That's how you know I was lame. No, I like to think that my residents liked me. And if any of my residents are listening to this now and they're hysterically laughing, shut up. I want to do a Q&A, so that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. If you want to participate on the next Q&A that I'm doing, or I usually ask questions on Instagram anyway for my podcasts, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's just at Nicole Raffi. However, I am starting an Instagram for the podcast. A lot of you guys said that you do like that idea, so that is in the works, and I will hopefully get that up this week. And obviously, I'll let you guys know all about that. And on there, I plan on just having like discussion posts where you guys can talk about that week's episode. Like if there's something that you want to talk about further. Like for example, last week's was about body image. Was it about body image or getting out of a rut? Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Body image or the rut? I think it was maybe body image. If that was the last one that came out, then maybe you guys can like talk about it and give some tips and advice for other people who are also going through like bad body image and also have been struggling with themselves. And I feel like having a little community where you guys can actually talk, because now you guys can't talk. Like in the comment section on YouTube, you guys can talk. On Instagram posts, you can talk, but strictly about the podcast, she doesn't have an Instagram yet. So she is in the works, but let's hop into some questions. I did not read any of these. Yeah, I like lightly skimmed over them, but usually I'm very planned and I have them all like screenshotted and cropped and ready to go. But this time I'm just gonna go off the rocker. I don't even know what that means. I'm just gonna go off the list and just answer whatever questions I see fit. So let's start this Q&A, and hopefully I don't wake up my parents. Yeah. Somebody said, weird question, but is it cool if I were to sample something from your podcast for a song? I want to hear it first, but I'm like very intrigued. I wonder like what somebody could sample from my podcast that would be good in a song. Like majority of it is like me stuttering, being like, what am I doing? What am I talking about? Like, what did I say? What were we talking about? How did I get to this? I feel like that might actually be really sick in a song. Okay, so a lot of people asked me about why I dyed my hair dark. Again, if you don't know, I dyed my hair dark again. I will be uploading a video this Thursday about my whole process of going blonde to brunette, because spoiler alert, it's actually a very kind of tough process. It's not as easy as I thought, and I did it myself, and I have not dyed my own hair in I think like 5 years. It might be more. It's been a really, really long time, and a lot of people have been asking like, why did you do that? But is there ever really an answer other than like, I just wanted to? Like, what is a reason that somebody could be like, well, the reason that I dyed my hair a different color was... I don't think so. I wanted to dye my hair back to like my natural color or a bit darker, because I just feel the most me in that color. I feel the most Nicole. Like in my blonde hair, it was really fun. It was just something that I wanted to do once in my life and then never again. I wanted to go that shade, and then that was basically it. My hair started breaking off because, hair got bleached like 3 times over the course of a few months, and it was damaged. Regardless, if you're going to bleach it, it's going to get damaged. It was dry, it was longer, I cut it. I wasn't a fan of it, and then it also grew out, and I don't feel comfortable going to the hair salons right now, regardless, even if my state says it's okay. I am not going to the hair salon anytime soon. So I was just like, I want to go back to a color that is low maintenance. I want to do it myself, and it's pretty inexpensive. And yeah, I figured out how to do my own hair. I have a cosmetologist friend, Sienna, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for helping me. She has helped me through so much shit with my hair, and I really appreciate it. And my hairdresser may kill me, and I know she's not listening to this podcast. She may kill me, and I'm like okay with it, because I don't even know the next time I'll see her with everything that's going on in the world. I also really like this color, and I feel like I can maintain it myself for a long time. So I'm a big fan of the dark hair. I feel very badass. I feel very, how do you say, me? Somebody said, how are you doing, and how is the rut going? I surprisingly feel a lot better. I'm sorry if I just swallowed my own spit into the mic. I saw someone tweet about that recently, like another YouTuber. And they said, I'm listening to this person's podcast for the first time and I'm listening to them swallow their spit. And I got so self-conscious that it was me. And I was like, do I swallow my spit into the mic? I know I may say like and a lot. And, but I really hope that I'm not one of those spit swallowers on mic, but I might be. I am doing really well, to be honest, believe it or not. Last time you probably spoke to me, I was not doing well in many aspects of my life, but I'm doing a shit ton better. A lot of good has happened this week, I feel like. My mom is doing really, really well. I am doing really, really well. My 2 online classes that were the death of me have finished. I got an A in both of them, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm really proud of that because everything that I went through this summer, like the midst of it, and I was taking 2 online classes, and I'm finally done. I bought all this bullshit $130 worth of art supplies for my 1 class, and you know how much of the material I used? I used like nothing. I used 1 of the items, and it happened to be the most expensive item. It was Color Aid paper, and I used it for 1 project, and I used like I don't know, like 15 sheets of paper, maybe 16 at most sheets of paper. And that entire set, if you know what Color Aid paper is, because I barely know what Color Aid paper is, it's basically like the Home Depot Bare color swatch section. Just put it into bright, vibrant ass colors and then stick them all into a little box and then price at $80. $80 for Color Aid paper, for colorful ass thick paper. And I used it for 1 project out of the 5 weeks of that class, and I never used it again. My last project, my final, was literally a PowerPoint. A PowerPoint. If I bought all these physical things, why did I buy sketch pads? Why did I buy all this shit? If it says required, I would hope that I would be required to use it. And I hated it. And that was the only project I really did anything physical. The rest of them were digital. I was so mad. I'm sorry I'm getting so heated, but I hate when professors do that. Like, don't you think that college students are already struggling for money? Why would you demand that they buy these things and then pressure them to go out and buy them? So I drove my ass back to buttfuck nowhere, Pennsylvania, to this community college and returned all the stuff except the Color Aid paper because I used it. Now I don't really know what to do. Is anyone interested in buying Color Aid paper from me that is missing about like 16 swatches of color? I don't know what to do. Am I going to make a collage? I feel like that's a waste of Color Aid paper. I have no idea what to do now. But I'm really happy that those 2 classes finished. Trust me. I got an internship with my professor that I got very close with last semester. He helped me out a lot. I have an internship for that. I don't really know how much I'm going to say about it. And not that it's not exciting or anything. It is definitely exciting to have an internship. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like this crazy extravagant, like, I'm a YouTuber's personal assistant. Like, it's nothing like that. But I do need an internship to graduate. So I'll be graduating this December. I know I talked about that before, but I'm really excited that in a few weeks, oh my God, the 24th, what's today's date? Shit, the 10th. Fuck, I have 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I will be starting my last semester of college, which I'm so excited for because, to be honest, I feel like I have outgrown college. Talked about it before, but it's just, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't desire a spring semester. I do not desire more schoolwork. I'm fine. I'm fine being done. So I'm really excited about that. What else is good that happened to me this week? I dyed my hair. That was really exciting. I thought I broke my camera severely. If you watch my video on Thursday, you will see that. That was a very hurtful moment because I just got this camera a few months ago, like spring break, and I I paid a lot of money for it, okay? It's not cheap to buy equipment, and I think I almost broke it by making one stupid little silly mistake because it fell into the tub as soon as the water started running. Like, it wasn't even full on. It didn't even submerge or anything. It got a few drops on the top because it just like fell into the area where the water was meeting the tub. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And my camera wouldn't turn on. It terrified me. I put her in rice. I could not stop checking on it. I know that's not what I was supposed to do. And I was honestly heartbroken because I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the store tomorrow and buy a new camera because I have so much stuff I have to film over the next few weeks. And it really, really broke my heart. And then the next morning it turned on. So I'm so grateful for that. Honestly, that was like the highlight, like something so terrible. But then it worked out and I was like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for everything in my life. And the fact that my shitty mistake actually turned out like, okay, God, made me have a whole new appreciation for that camera. I will never do that to her again. Adam said goodbye to me, which was sad. That was not a fun thing to do this week, but he had to go back to college and he goes to school in North Carolina. So I will not see him until Thanksgiving. I mean, even if schools do get shut down, I don't even know if he's coming back home. I really don't know. A lot of people ask that, like if Adam is also staying home. Nope, he's not. But we're used to long distance. Literally, like, what is another year or semester or whatever this is going to be? So that answers that question. I'm doing really, really well. I would not consider myself in a rut anymore. I think I'm doing awesome. I have been more organized than ever before in my entire life. I feel like I'm actually working on my health, physical and mental, and I don't know, I'm just really excited for the future for once. God. Do you find yourself being different after your subscriber increase? Also, I love you. I love you too. Do I find myself different? I would say yes, I do find myself different. I think in a good way. I don't think it's in a bad way at all. I feel like for once in my life, I'm like secure in something. Like I'm actually proud of myself for something. I grew up my entire life being like not the best at anything. Everything in my life, it was just like, okay, well, sports, she can't really do that. And like theater, you're not that good at all. And like you can't really sing. And there's always just someone better than you, which was really weird for me because academically, there was periods of time where I was like the best. I'm not talking about in high school. I'm talking about like elementary and middle school. But there were like certain subjects where I was like the best. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm a good writer. And so I would win like these oracle reports and these written reading reports, whatever. I would do these things and then I would win these awards for things that I didn't really have to try for. And I feel like that's what, you know, there are definitely some athletes. I'm not saying that athletes don't work hard, but there are some athletes in like high school who don't have to try hard. Like they are just naturally so gifted and talented and athletic and will do effortlessly really well. Or like singers just effortlessly really, really well. Like it's like second nature to them at that point, you know, obviously hours of training and everything, but it's just effortless. And that's like what some things academically were for me. And then I realized that I'm not that good at anything anymore. Like I got to high school and I was like, none of this stuff like actually truly matters. I don't want to pursue writing. I don't want to pursue English. Like this is not my passion. I'm just good at it. And so it broke my heart. And I also stopped trying as much because when I realized it's not what I want to do, I just didn't feel like wasting all my time for it. And so then now finding something that obviously I'm not the absolute best and I don't have the most subscribers on YouTube or anything, but I definitely am the best in my eyes, like in the sense that I'm the best me in my eyes. And for once it's like, oh cool, there's something that's like my thing. I don't know, like growing up, I don't have like many friends who are YouTubers, like outside of, how do I say this? I don't have many YouTube friends that do YouTube. I don't have friends before I started YouTube that did YouTube. Like I had one friend who did YouTube before I did YouTube. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to say there's no one in my like daily life who does YouTube that I didn't meet because of YouTube. There are some friends who I met because I make YouTube videos and they make YouTube videos and we have stumbled upon each other's videos and we have become friends through that. but I don't have any friends outside of in my real life that like, oh, my friend from 10th grade, she makes YouTube videos. No, I don't have that. I only have like one friend from college who happened to do YouTube videos as well. So for me, it's just really cool that for once I feel like I found my like thing. And yeah, and I feel like and this might sound bad, but in a weird way, having a subscriber increase kind of like validated that for me, because it showed that like, okay, other people enjoy this. You're not like the only person. Like, it's not just me cheering behind the screen for my own videos. Like, there's someone else behind there. So I feel like it definitely did. I feel like I'm a more confident person. I feel like I'm a more hardworking person. I feel like I'm a happier person in general. I don't think I've changed in a bad way though. I'm not walking around being like, I'm famous, nobody touch me, because in reality nobody knows me, no one gives a shit, it literally doesn't matter. And yeah, let's stop idolizing people. I'm working on that. I kind of want to do like a video or a podcast episode about why I think that we should stop idolizing people, especially like celebrities and stuff, because I have a really hard time doing that. Like I tend to idolize celebrities a lot. Someone said, what lip products do you use? Funny that you asked that, because I am in the search for good vegan stuff for my lips, because I guess everything I use is not vegan and I don't want to just throw it away because I feel like that's wasteful. A lot of times you'll probably catch me with Aquaphor, or you'll catch me with Essence Clear Lip Gloss. That's a really good vegan lip gloss, actually. There's another like lip tint by Clinique. What's wrong with my voice? Hello. I guess it's better. There is another thing from Clinique. It's like a lip tint. It's called Black Honey. That's not vegan because Clinique tests on animals. I wasn't aware of that. But I really like the look of that. I like Fenty, their lip gloss. That's really all I use on my lips, to be honest, in case you were wondering. What's something you would like to get off of your chest? We're all here for you, by the way. That is so kind. Thank you. Something I would like to get off my chest. A year ago, around this time. Was it a year ago? What? Wait, really? Oh my god. A year ago around this time, maybe earlier, I downloaded TikTok. Okay? I love TikTok. I was embarrassed of having TikTok. I would delete it on my phone like constantly because I was so embarrassed, because I would only download it as like a joke, quote unquote a joke, and then I would delete it, and then I would never open it out in public, God no. And I would have so much fun on that app, and then eventually I like became confident and I made a video like my favorite TikToks, and then I would tell my coworkers about it, and I would show them videos and be like, oh my god, TikTok's gonna get huge. I loved TikTok, okay? Something I would like to get off my chest, something very serious. I'm starting to hate TikTok. I'm starting to hate it. It's making me so sad. It's made me heartbroken. I get sad because it's everything. I mean, obviously the entire algorithm is like curated for you, but it's just gotten so negative recently. And I hate it because last summer, like listening to the old sounds that were there, like that's literally where I got my outro from, like Jack Stauber Buttercup. That's where I got it from, like from TikTok, and hearing those songs and that one song by him. Do I need it? Mocha, am I under control? Can I beat it? Wake up, if it swallowed me whole, would I see it? I can make you feel alive. I know, but do I need you to survive? Yeah, that song brings me a sense of peace that I have never felt before in my entire life. When I hear that song, I literally feel like I am in a cup of warm coffee. I love it. The point of this is that I used to love it. It used to be this fun, warm thing. Now there's so much drama between people. There's all this TikTok drama in general. People are now canceled on there. Whatever. In the sense that, like, yeah, obviously some people don't deserve to have their platform. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that so many terrible people are coming forth on the platform. Like, I'm like, damn it. Like, I like this person. Now they suck. And it's like, ugh. And I miss the good old days when I was ignorant. I miss the good old days when it was just TikTok sounds and there wasn't drama and stealing dances and alt TikTok I am on alt TikTok, by the way, but that has become toxic and a weird, and it's become like pro Anna Tumblr all over again because of the stuff that's put on there. It makes me really sad because it makes me not want to go on there, and it makes me sad because I've had to like block certain sounds because I feel like triggered from them, and I've had not from the sounds itself, but like some of the content that people are making, specifically like eating disorder and body related stuff, and it just sucks. I miss the good old days, and I contemplated deleting it. I did delete it at one point, I think for like a day. And I don't know, I told myself like I always regret not doing Vine, but then again, I was really young when Vine was out. Like I was in the end of middle school, start of high school. That was when Vine came out. And when like I was using it and stuff, and I don't think I was like gonna be that great of a star on Vine or anything, but I was like, oh my god, if I had the opportunity, I would definitely make Vines and stuff because I love this. And then TikTok came out, and I just don't have that strong desire to make Vines or TikToks. I don't just have that strong desire to actually make content on there because I love doing it longer form and everything. I'm also like low-key lazy. I don't really like how the app is set up to like edit stuff. My point being is that I kind of hate it sometimes, and it makes me sad because it was like my favorite source of entertainment, and now I'm like, oh my god, more drama, more problems. Do you know that one episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog where it's Muriel and she's a child and she goes, this is my only talent. This is my only talent that I can imitate the voice of Muriel. What kind of name is that? Muriel. Sorry if your name is Muriel and you're listening to this, but this is my only talent. More cheese. More macaroni. Less macaroni, more cheese. Okay, it's not that good because I can't scream right now, but I promise you, it's pretty good. I do a pretty good job of it. Oh my god, so many questions about Adam and I. I think it's because I had him in my recent video, because usually I don't get this many questions about Adam. If you don't know, Adam is my boyfriend. A lot of you, and by a lot I mean like 5, 6, around the 10 mark, assume that my little announcement about the video that was going up today about me staying home from college, a lot of you assumed I was engaged, and I don't know where you guys got that from. I have never ever been one to like be like, I want to get married young. I want to get engaged. I have never ever. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just like appalled. I'm like the last person of all my friends who are in their hoe phase right now and living their life and not in a serious relationship. I will probably still be the last one to get married, even if it's to Adam, which it likely will be. I will probably still be the last one. I don't care. A lot of questions about him. I still am very curious as to how you guys thought that I was engaged, but someone said, if you and Adam get into an argument at night, do you work it out then or wait until the morning? To be honest, Adam and I don't really fight. I feel like we fought more in the beginning of our relationship over like dumb, stupid stuff. I don't remember the last time him and I had a fight, though. It's normal to fight, but like, I don't know, it's been pretty smooth sailing as of recent. So I would say we usually work it out at night. I don't think we've ever not solved it that same night. I think that's also just the type of person I am. Well, I did get into an argument with a friend recently, and we didn't settle it until the next day, and I am grateful for that. But when it comes to relationships, I don't know. A lot of people also ask, like, what Adam and I are doing after college, where if he's coming home and stuff. The answer to all of that, including what am I doing after college, the answer is, I don't know. I don't have a better answer for you. I don't know what state the world is going to be in. Somebody else asked if I plan on moving out of my home after I graduate at any point. I would hope so. I would hope that at one point I will move out of my parents' house. I'm just not looking to right now, especially with everything going on. There's just no need for me to move out right now, nor do I want to at this very moment. Imagine if I got a different apartment. like in my hometown when I have an apartment in Philly. I just feel like that would be hilarious. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep collecting apartments, even though that seems to be something that I tend to do. But yeah, I don't know. Adam and I, obviously, we want to be together and we want to try and work and live in the same area. That's the end goal because we've been long distance. It'll be 4 years of well, we just had our 3-year anniversary, but I'm saying like when we're done with college and everything. But I think we'll just play it by ear. We'll work it out when the time comes, But we're very serious. In case anybody was wondering, me and my boyfriend are very much serious. How do you plan content for Instagram/YouTube? I just want to answer this because I find this like funny. I don't plan stuff for Instagram whatsoever. I just don't. I don't understand it really. Like when people do, I mean, that's awesome if you do. And if you really like Instagram, if that's your form of expression, if you're a model or if you're a photographer, or food or whatever you might want to do. I think that's awesome. But for me personally, when it's just like my personal life that I post on my Instagram, it's just usually selfies. I don't really plan that shit. Like, I'll be like, oh, I haven't posted anything in like 3 weeks. Like, maybe I'll post something soon. And then I'll look through my camera roll and see if I have a photo to post. I'm like, nope. So I'm like, all right, I'll just wait until the next time. On my story, I love posting my stories like all the time. But I feel like that's where I get to engage with you guys the most. But I don't plan that kind of stuff. Unless, obviously, if it's for like a sponsored post, which I've only done like twice now, then yeah, that is planned and everything. But I don't really plan that kind of stuff. As for YouTube, I have a calendar and I plan out my videos for the month. But they never actually are set in stone. Like they're usually shifted around. The ideas usually change. Something will probably come up and I'll usually change the idea. And there's so many videos that have been scrapped and I've just never even made. So I kind of plan that, but I don't really have like a whole process as to like getting my video ideas. They just kind of come to me. And then I also have a list where I just store them all and then I'll pull them out when the time feels right kind of thing. Or that's really it. You know what I mean? Like, or recently my content has been very situational and based off of like my life and what I'm doing. Like, for example, me moving into my apartment, me moving out of my apartment, my hair dyeing vlog. I did a closet clean out video. Like, it's all just vlog style of things that are happening in my life and much less so like planned content project wise, which I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying this style of content, honestly. I just need to know, crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Crunchy. Thank you. Do you ever wish you weren't an influencer? Okay, here's the thing. I'm very blessed, very lucky, so grateful that I'm even able to have a job or a position like this. It's not something that the average person gets to have. There's major perks to it, like working from home, being safe, being well paid, all that kind of stuff. However, I don't like the term influencer. I will say I hate that term. I'm working on this thing with my school right now, and it's basically I'm speaking on a panel of women entrepreneurs, and one of them mentioned like basically like the questions that I'll be answering on the panel, and something was to do with something about me being an influencer. I just like cringed when I heard that word, because I really don't like that word in general, because I do feel like there is a difference between a content creator and an influencer. I really do. And this is no offense to either people, but I like to consider myself a content creator. Influencers, in my mind, by the title of it, is someone who is just promoting a product, I guess, or selling a product, sponsorships, brand deals, whatever. Content creators, my goal with this was not to promote products. My goal today is not to promote products or to sell things. It's just a perk that I get to do once every few times a month that helps me with paying for things, like bills. And that's essentially it. That's not my goal with things. That's not what I want to be doing long term, like for the, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy the video creation. I enjoy the concept of having a video idea and making it come to life. That's what I enjoy. And for influencers, like not every single influencer actually creates content. There are influencers out there who just like post photos of themselves and that's their content. There's nothing wrong with that, but it also is not creating a video or creating something. I don't know. I don't want to dive too deep into this because I feel like it's going to get too much of an unpopular opinion. My point being is that I don't really like the term influencer. I feel like they really get a bad rep. And a lot of influencers like to go out and party and have TikTok parties and not wear masks and not social distance and then film it all. And I don't want to be associated with people like that. So that's like the only reason why I would say that I don't want to be an influencer. Other than that, if you're going to call me an influencer, I like everything about this. I love what I do. I love making videos. I love having this as my job. And I feel like I talk about this in every fucking podcast, but I just can't stop expressing that I'm so grateful for it because I just never would have dreamed this a year ago. So, if you ever met Julian Casablancas, what would you say to him? I would look him dead in his eyes and say, "You have ruined my life. I love you." And then that would be the end of our conversation because I don't want him to speak to me because I feel like if he has any words come out of his mouth, it might, you know how they say don't meet your idols? Yeah, that kind of whole thing. So I don't really know if I want to meet him, to be honest. If you had a sugar daddy ready to give you the vacation you always wanted, where would you go? Excuse me, number one, I am my own sugar daddy. I do not need another man to be giving me money to go to my dream vacation. Number two, the answer is Greece. Did you get any backlash for deciding to stay home this semester? I wouldn't say I got backlash, but I definitely had a few friends who were like trying to discourage me away from it and being like, no, you paid for your like housing. Like you should definitely go. Like, don't do this. That's stupid. But quite frankly, I don't really care about anyone else's opinion, especially when it involves the safety and health of my family. I don't really care what anyone else has to say. I think if it were all like personal, if like the situation with my mom was not involved, like if I was just like, I'm uncomfortable going to school and then somebody told me like, you're stupid, I feel like I would have gotten a lot more butthurt. But now I just simply don't care. But I don't think I faced like any backlash. However, like when the video first got posted, you know, people will comment before the video is even over because that's just what people do in YouTube comments. And so many people were commenting and they're like, girl, you're going to end up homeless at this point. And what else do people say? Oh my God, you move apartments so much. And girl, at this point, just live at your parents' house. Like, what are you doing? And I was just like reading these and like laughing to myself because I was like, oh, you're going to hit like minute 9 of this video and you're going to feel like bad that you commented that. Not that I want you to, but I'm just saying like you will probably delete your comment if you continue on with the video because you're going to be like, probably shouldn't have said that. Ooh. Any funny/crazy stories about a bad professor or class? I don't remember like that many off the top of my head. However, this last semester, like my spring semester, I did have one professor. It was a shorter class. It was like a 12-week course. And it was like week 2 or 3. And by that point, Miss Roney hit. And so the professor flat out told us, he was an older man, and he just flat out said, like, I will not be doing online school. Like, I just refuse to be doing online classes. So you will all receive an A. So that's that. And then classes did go online. And so I was like, sweet, I don't got to do anything for the rest of the semester. This man did not post anything on Canvas. This man had nothing posted online. It was all so sketchy. I was so confused. And then I was like, all right, guess I got an A. And then I got my grade back and it was not an A. And I was like, excuse me, sir, what? And he's like, you were supposed to do this assignment. And I was like, you didn't post about it. How was I supposed to know? He's like, you didn't email me. And I was like, you told me you were giving me an A. And so then I had to do, I think like 8 essays all in one day. They weren't long. They were like 2 pages each. But I did 8 essays out of nowhere in one day. So not a horrible like professor story, but just kind of funny. Somebody said, what are you looking forward to most as a brunette? That's just like a really cute comment. I don't know why. I just think that's like really funny. I'm just looking forward to life, okay? I'm looking forward to the rest of my life. Someone else commented, do you think you look like MXM Tune? I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. Is it MXM Tune? I know who she is. I know her from TikTok. I don't think I look like her. However, I've gotten a lot of comments recently that I look like her. So maybe I do. I don't know. That's like very different from the spectrum because I get called Claro when I don't think I'm going to get called Claro anymore now that my hair isn't like that blonde color anymore, but Claro and this one Pakistani singer and the girl from Spy Kids and Jojo, not Jojo Siwa, Jojo the singer. Jojo Siwa is also a singer, but Jojo, and I guess now MXM Tune. So I don't know. Maybe I look like these people. I think I look like Shailene Woodley. I thought when I had my bangs and my brown hair, I thought I looked like Dakota Johnson. I will toot my own horn there. What is your favorite thing about yourself? That's a cute question. I like that question. My favorite thing about myself, okay, let's do personality-wise and looks-wise. So personality-wise, I like to think that I'm a pretty positive person. Like I feel like I always am trying to like look at things best case scenario rather than like worst case scenario. Maybe it doesn't seem like that in videos. Maybe I just joke around to be like negative. But in a lot of scenarios, like even when things are bad, I just try and make a joke out of it. My friend Kaylee pointed that out the other day because I got a ticket. I got my first ever parking ticket and it was my fault. I parked on the sidewalk. I should not have parked on the sidewalk, but everyone else was doing it and there was no other parking spaces. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. North Philly, parking on the sidewalk is like the norm, okay? I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying a lot of people do it. And that's why I did it because I was like, oh, if everyone else is doing it, clearly maybe they're allowing people to do it for move-in week. I don't know. And I got a ticket and I was just like laughing about it. And I was like, this sucks. Well, at least it's not $100 and at least it's not $200 and it could be $1,000, but it's not $1,000. And then I started doing like fractions like, oh, well, it's only a fraction of this amount. And I just started feeling like that's just how I like cope with things, like joking about it and like being like, oh, it's not a big deal. And she's like, I know you're upset. I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to be like a little bit upset, but like, what's the point of complaining about it and being sad if I can't change it? I literally can't fix it. I got a ticket and what am I supposed to do with that? Just all you can do is really laugh. And so even with this whole situation, like me moving home, I've been like, someone commented like, oh, I really like your perspective that you're not like, oh, why me? And you're just kind of like, okay, this is now my responsibility to fix things. And that's like exactly how I see it. It's like, okay, what's the whole point of me being like down in the dump? Like how will that help me? It just won't. I used to do this thing when I worked at Chipotle a lot where I always used to say it could be a lot worse. And I don't think that that's like appropriate. And if you're comparing someone else's problems, like I would never say to someone else like, oh, it could be worse, because if they're feeling sad, then that's obviously valid, whatever. But if something bad like happened to me, I used to always tell like my coworkers and stuff like, oh, it could be worse. I'm trying to crack my back right now, but I can't. But hey, it could be worse. My back could be broken and it could be cracked in a different way. Looks wise, what do I really like about myself? I like my freckles. I like my skin. I feel like my skin has been doing awesome. I like my teeth. Am I just going to list all these things about myself? I like my teeth a lot. I take a lot of good care of my teeth. I've never had braces, and I take a lot of pride in that. Because I knocked out all of my teeth myself with the back end of a toothbrush because I was that bitch in elementary school. And I do owe that for me not having braces because I feel like they just straightened themselves out because they just had more room, you know? And the last question I will be answering today is, if you had a boat, what would you name it? Simple answer, SS Bad Bitch. That's what I would answer. Yeah, I feel confident in that. That's really the end of this podcast. I feel like I've been sitting here chatting for quite a while now. It's been like an hour, even though this podcast may not be an hour. I'm estimating 52 minutes. That's what I'm feeling. I think that's what it's going to come out to be. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast episode. I had fun making it. I think from now on, I will be recording in my bed until further notice, aka forever, because it's fun. I really like it. It's not the same because I have to hold my microphone and it's kind of heavy, but to be honest, I really like this. I had fun making this podcast episode. Maybe you guys didn't. let me know. Maybe tell me in my Instagram DM. See if I had the podcast Instagram up already, then we would be able to discuss this. Do we like Nicole in bed? Yes or no? Answer truthfully. Okay? See, this is why I am not a good influence. I'm trying to pull up the reviews. That's the word for it. Every single time that I do a podcast episode, I like to read a review that you guys leave for me, because that's like the only way that helps me, rank in the whole podcast world. So if you want to leave a review, as well as leaving it 5 stars if you so wish, that'll help me out a lot. But we currently have 439 ratings, which is really awesome. Let's try and get that to 500, ladies. What would happen if we did that? I have no idea, but I feel like it would be really fun if we got it to 500. And thank you guys so much for everyone who has rated and left a review. But I am going to read a review right now. So, if you want to have your review read the next time, drop one. Maybe I'll read it. A few months ago, I found Nicole on YouTube, and I've been hooked ever since. Her videos and podcast episodes are so inspiring and make me feel less alone in this crazy world. Sometimes I even find myself rewatching or listening just to feel some comfort. Thank you, Nicole, for creating such a nice outlet for me, as well as many others. Keep up the good work. Smiley face. By Carla TC. Thank you so much. This is so sweet, because I personally do that a lot whenever I have like a TV show or a YouTube channel that I really enjoy, or songs or well, I haven't really done that with podcast episodes, to be honest, but if I'm really enjoying something, I tend to like rewatch it, because it gives me like comfort, and I never really understood the feeling that it gave me until I realized that other people do it as well. So thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and I'm happy that you are enjoying it. So hopefully you like this podcast episode. If you did, you can definitely check me out on my other social media. It's just all at Nicole Raffi. And then my TikTok is at Nikki Nasty if you so wish to follow me on there. And I'll try my best to get the podcast Instagram up this week. That is the goal. I've been a busy bee. I've been out of my rut, I gotta stay busy. But yeah, if you guys have any more suggestions of things that I should talk about in future podcasts, I'm always accepting suggestions. You guys have really good ideas, and that's where I take most of my ideas for most of my podcast episodes. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys have a badass week. Kick Monday's ass. I love cursing on this podcast. It makes me feel so powerful. Ass. Kick ass. Shit. Okay, goodbye.